Alright, so I just watched the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, and I gotta say, it looks pretty fucking incredible. If you haven't watched it, you gotta go take a look at it now. But honestly, it's really, really good. So far, we've seen Spider-Man himself, of course, Tom Holland. We've seen John Bernthal, aka the Punisher. We also saw Bruce Banner, who obviously we know is the Hulk, but he is literally Bruce Banner right now. So I really wonder if we're gonna see the Hulk at some point and how that's gonna look, because everybody knows that that comic strip where Hulk remembers Peter Parker even after everybody's forgotten him. I don't think that would work here because he was Professor Hulk during the events. Unless that means Bruce Banner also remembers him. I'm not sure how they tiptoe around that, but I'm very interested to see the interactions. But they also showed the hand for a little bit as well, which is pretty exciting. I mean, if we got Daredevil in the MCU now, and we know Punisher's set to be in this movie, I can only assume we're gonna get to see a Spider-Man Daredevil team up at some point in this movie, or a mention. I'd be really sad if Daredevil didn't show up at all. Also, Sadie Sink, who was meant to be in this movie, hasn't. I don't think she was in the trailer, I could be wrong, but I think her silhouette might have been shown for a split second, but it looks like the character that she's playing is going to be pretty important. I know people are saying she's set to be in Secret Wars, so there's a lot of speculation that she might be Jean Grey, and I think that would be really cool too because she's a very talented actor, and seeing her in Secret Wars would be pretty cool. We also saw that he's getting his organic webbing. If you don't know, that was in the Sam Raimi movies where Tobey Maguire had organic webbing, and they even joked about it in No Way Home. But I'm actually surprised that they're going this route. It looks like, I don't know. I know there were talks a little bit of Mr. Negative in there, but I don't know. I didn't really see that, but I did see Peter Parker's eyes going dark there, so I thought they were teasing that symbiote a little bit. But we see that he's going through like this metamorphosis. He's like cocooned up and he's tripping out because he's going through organic webbing. I don't know what the actual main villain might be. Maybe they're doing that on purpose to show that he is the main villain. Not too sure, but what I do know is that we're getting peak depressed Peter Parker. And listen, if you're a fan of comics and superheroes in general, you know that a part of being a good hero is being depressed. And while I am just kidding, it seems like Peter Parker can never have a happy moment at all. Like, I genuinely don't know why the comic writers just keep running him around in this depressive circle, but that is his life, and we're seeing glimpses of that now because he's given everything up. And I like that there's this really neat touch in the trailer. I could be overreacting. I might be reaching a little bit just because I really am excited for this movie, but I think this is going to be peak. Alright, I think this is going to be the best Spider-Man movie, and I know that's putting a lot of pressure on it, but I just have really high expectations for this type of premise, and also for the fact that we're getting comic book-like crossovers that, you know, in comic books are able to see characters just pop up and interact with one another because, hey man, these movies, they gotta worry about actors' schedules and fucking money conflicts, all that type of shit. Comics, you don't really gotta do all that. You know, it's not to the same extent as real life actors, and I think that was something that held up the universe from doing these types of interactions before. But this really feels like something out of a comic book or an animated TV show where you're seeing two of the coolest characters at the street level interact, and it's just a lot of fun. But aside from that, there's a moment where Peter Parker, well, Spider-Man, is he's on top of this thing and he's looking at MJ and Ned, who obviously forgot about him, and he's depressed, so he just leaps off of this building. Motherfucker is not afraid of heights anymore. Now, obviously, his fear of heights wasn't something that was too crazy. He's always been jumping off of big things and like fucking zooming around, but listen, in Homecoming, he was scared. He got over that fear, right? But then we saw it again in Infinity War when he was on top of the spaceship. Now, I understand that's a pretty big leap. Spaceship is much scarier. Of course, anybody would be scared in that situation, but I really like that from then to now, there's a pretty big shift in his fear, right? Because in both of the earlier scenarios, there's so much more that he has to live for. There's a reason why he's so scared. That, you know, beyond needing to help everyone, he also had family and friends that he wanted to get back to, and you don't see that here. They even show a close-up in his mask, and his eyes are just dead. He's literally just carrying on almost mindlessly. It's like how we fucking drive ourselves to work some days, or how we are at our jobs and we're just getting through the day. And he leaps off and there's no movement for a little bit, and then of course he shoots the web and he swings across buildings, because that's always going to be what Spider-Man does, no matter how fucking depressed he gets. I really like this idea because there's not as much fear. He doesn't have as much to live for as before, but the constant in his life is helping others and being there for the city itself. So that's what gets him to shoot that web and keep swinging across, no matter how depressed Peter Parker's life gets, because Spider-Man is that beacon of hope and that savior that New York City needs. And it's really cool to see. I know Tom Holland gets a lot of hate. People think he's the weakest and worst written. I'm the complete opposite. I think they've got a really good blend of Peter Parker versus Spider-Man, and I really like to see this change in his character, this approach to a grittier Spider-Man who has gone through the motions, gone through the ranges, but he's an adult now. He's all alone. He literally has no one but himself, and I'm really excited to see this. Let's see, when the last Spider-Man came out, that was, oh my god, was that 2021? That was 2021. So that was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was like 14 or 15 whenever that came out. I'm turning 20 this year.
Damn!
You know what I mean? So Peter Parker being a college student, I might relate to him a little bit. I don't know. I'm just really excited to see this take on Spider-Man, because generally we get to see Peter Parker as depressed and stuff like that in comics and whatnot, but I'm really interested to see how the MCU approaches a topic like this, like a serious topic of depression, especially as it pertains to Spider-Man, because he's somebody that perseveres. Like he embodies the indomitable human spirit in ways that not many other characters do. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. Visually, I think the movie looks cool. People have been pointing out CGI. I'm assuming it's just unfinished, and that's really just for demonstration, but the suit looks cool. I personally like the fluidity of his motion when he's moving in the suit. I thought it looked pretty cool, and I'm really excited to watch this movie. This comes out in July, and honestly, I am so excited. There are a lot of good movies that are slated to come out within that period of time, but I don't think I've been this hyped in a while for a superhero movie. So between this and Secret Wars, I might lose my mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it.